don't even have to think that somebody with body. You can relate with the masters who don't have body, who have left their body, or directly to the existence. Straight away to the existence, to a tree, to the flower, to a rock, to a river, to a mountain, to the sky. You can relate with all these things. They are also masters. They are also masters. The whole existence is a master. The life is again and again teaching you so many things through so many ways. Only we are such dumb fellows. We close our eyes and our ears and our mouth and our nose, and we don't allow that intelligence to penetrate our being. Just open up to the master or the existence and experience the ultimate bliss. I pray to the ultimate energy to help us all to open up and experience the ultimate bliss, the eternal bliss. Let you be one with eternal bliss. Let you be Nityananda. Thank you.
Swamiji, if I bring a stick tomorrow night, will you give me a crack?
You don't have to bring a stick, you just bring your being. I don't even need a stick.
I'll give it a crack.
Just bring your being, that's enough. Yes.
Actually, what you're talking about is basically it's a roadmap. The stick represents a roadmap to where being should go to.
The stick is nothing but a technique or a key masters use to put you into that enlightenment state.
Swamiji, how do you meet so many masters out of the temple, but how do you know, how do you find your guru?
That's a wonderful question. When you really meet your master, beyond your intellect, you will just fall for him. I tell you, people ask me, Swamiji, should I take you as my guru? Should I accept you as my guru? I say no. If I am your guru, this question itself will not raise. Simply you will feel for me. You will feel it. The question will simply disappear. And simply you will feel like relating. I tell you, try to create maximum possible doubts. Because when you see the real master, he works on you beyond your doubts. He penetrates your being beyond your doubts. He just shakes the base of the doubts. He shakes the base of all your doubts. And when you really see the master, simply your whole being will be taken away by him. You will simply feel like going behind him. Even if I say, don't come tomorrow morning, you will be there around me. You will just be there. Simply your whole being will be taken by him. So, you don't have to intellectually think much about it. Just wait till it happens. When it happens, you know that he is the person. And by intellectually, if you try, you will never be able to make a right decision. Be very clear. You are already in the darkness. How can you find who is in the light? Person who is in the darkness, how can you find somebody is enlightened? Tell me. Never. I've seen many people judging. Never. You can never judge. If it is one thing, if your heart falls and if your heart feels so much attached, close, in tune with somebody, even if that person is not enlightened, he is going to help you. Just follow him. If your heart is not falling in tune, if you are not able to feel, even if he is enlightened, don't bother, he is not going to help you. Through him you are not going to grow. So be very clear. Just listen to your heart, that's all. And your heart has got enough energy or the intelligence to guide you. Your heart has got enough of intelligence to guide you. It is far more higher, far more deeper, intelligent than your head, which goes on judging. Yes.
Swami, you use the word enlightened a number of times. So, what exactly is the state in physical terms or other terms?
In exactly as you expect, it cannot be described like across the table. But I can say few symptoms of enlightenment. The enlightenment itself as it is can't be explained or expressed, but few byproduct or side effects, after effects which happens in you by enlightenment. I can tell that you just feel totally connected to the existence. Straight away you feel connected to the existence. All the doubts and confusions vanish. The insecurity and separateness disappears. And you feel homely with the whole existence. And above all, the inner chattering disappears. And no daydream, no night dream. The very idea, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, all the three changes. Above all, eternal bliss, Nityananda, stays with you. These are the few side effects, are the after effects of enlightenment. I don't have any more other words to describe. And you feel totally connected to the existence. I always tell people, the whole universe wants you to achieve success in your life, and he is continuously backing you to achieve that success. It is supporting you. If you are able to experience this in your life, you are enlightened. As of now, we are continuously defend ourselves against the universe, against the existence. When you become enlightened, you feel so directly connected. You realize the whole wants you to achieve success, and it is backing you, it is supporting you. You just relax and flow with the current.
Swami, why is there existence? What is the purpose? What is the whole universe?
Next time when God calls for a conference, roundtable conference, I'll ask him and come and tell you.
No.
I don't know. To tell you the honest answer, I don't know. One thing I can tell, the very question happens in a different level, and the person who is supposed to answer is in a different level. It's like ant is asking elephant, why are you painted in a black color? Will elephant answer? Elephant will not be even able to hear that question. The logic does not exist in the existence of universe. The logic is just a utility given to you by the society, not by existence. Existence is beyond logic. Whatever answer I try to give you, it will be going above your head. It will be beyond your logic. You can't grasp it. You can't understand it. It is, that's all. Tatata means the isness, which can neither be questioned nor understood by answers. So why can never be answered with logic, with intellect. I have no answer. Sorry to tell you, I don't know.
Person had a master, and he felt maybe he was open to the master, or he opened, but then he felt along the way he kind of disagreed, or maybe he felt he was doubting the master, but then again.
Means that he never opened. Even in the beginning, he never opened. When you really open, the doubt and the faith both disappears. Something different happens, what I call trust. The doubt and the faith both disappears. Something else happens to you, what I call trust. Trust is beyond the doubt and faith. As long as it is playing the game of doubt and faith, please be very clear, you are not opened. The real opening has never happened.
Even though you were feeling love, a lot of love.
The love, you see, love you can feel whenever you see some good beings. I have seen many people loving me. love a master is very easy. You see, they are so beautiful beings, such wonderful beings. I have seen people who are not my disciples, but they always say, oh, he's a very good being. I don't know about his enlightenment, all those things. I don't agree with him totally, but I love him. He's a very good being. This is very easy. This is very easy. And I tell you, anybody who is enlightened, simply you will feel a love for him. Because he's such an honest being, such an open being, such a graceful being. You have to love him. That is not opening up. When I say opening up, I mean something far more deeper than that. A love can be easily created. It can never be. That cannot be a real master-disciple relationship. Yes.
Radha Maharshi said that the self is universal. So once you reach that state, does that person have a universal consciousness or something?
No, the universal or universal consciousness is one and the same. When a person reaches that state, he is in that state.
Self is one.
Yes. Even the word one cannot be used, because as long as there is two, only the word one can be used. Even the word one doesn't have a meaning. It is, that's all.
Swami, can we answer this question intellectually, or is only bhakti the way to go?
What?
I'm a scientist by training, so
What is the question?
the question is, can we follow this path through intellectual thinking?
Yes,
or
surely.
can we do it
Yes,
through-
actually, see, I tell you, the person who follows the path intellectually will never be cheated. Surely will reach at one time. See, that's what I am telling you now. Carry the doubt. That is a torch towards enlightenment. Carry the intellectual doubt, and I tell you, you will never be able to fall. The moment you fall, you will be falling the right place. When you fall, beyond your doubt, when you fall, even only energy can make you fall. You understand? So carry your doubt, carry the path, travel in the path of intellect. Intellect also can lead you. And I tell you, intellect can lead you to the right thing, to the end. Till the end, it can lead you. Intellect is possible. Through intellect is possible. Actually, when you travel through intellect, at some point, the intellect feels no, enough, I am not able to, and just drops. When it drops, you will see that the divine will be standing there to hold you and bless you. Then you will feel the real emotion. And I tell you, till you go to the extreme of doubt and intellect, you can never have love or devotion. Till you go to that extreme, whatever love or devotion you have is a mixture of doubt and faith. You have to go to that extreme. When you really fall from that extreme, only then you fall to the deeper, to the depths of devotion. Yes.
Swami, I want to say one thing. When cultural values are deteriorating and ethical values are also deteriorating, how can we actually follow this path of righteousness?
One thing, if you feel that nobody is following this path, only then we should follow. We have to contribute something to the society. If you feel others are not following the moral values, ethical values, cultural values, it is our duty now to follow it and to practice it. Only then there is a critical need. If everybody is following, you can relax. All right, everybody is following. I can relax, nothing wrong. I can take a small nap. Now nobody is following. This is a time you can't go for rest. We can't afford to rest. We have to be in full alertness, full awareness. Continue to follow. We have to follow because others are not following. We can't say, how can we follow when others are not following? No. We have to follow because others are not following.